Hey there! Today we're going to be making these delicious chocolate macarons with a very simple 2-ingredient Nutella filling that'll be perfect combination. Let's begin with the tutorial. We can start off with 2 large egg whites. You can go ahead and take the egg yolks, put some cling wrap over them, and then stick them on into the fridge. Then, some almond flour. You'll need a half a cup of this. You can use regular flour, but the results aren't as promising. Then you'll need some confectioner sugar, and then some Hershey's cocoa, which will only require 3 tablespoons. I start off with mixing all of the dry ingredients. This process does take quite a bit of time, but the part that takes the most is probably all the sifting that's done. The almond flour is extremely hard to sift, and I had to use a strainer because I don't have any traditional sifter. In a much larger bowl, I took my egg whites and went ahead and stuck them into this large bowl. I then beated them for a long time until they were frothy. Once they're frothy, you can start adding your granulated sugar. You'll need 5 tablespoons of it. This process, especially with the beaters I was using, takes a very long time. Slowly add in your granulated sugar about 20 seconds apart. The mixture should start to stiffen up, and you'll have stiff peaks. This is when you know the process is over and you'll stop. Now, we can begin to macaronage. What we do is add half of the dry ingredients into the egg mixture and softly beat it in. Once that's fully mixed, add the rest of the dry ingredients. This process should continue for a while until the dry ingredients are fully incorporated. Continue to macaronage until you can make a figure 8. Once you make a figure 8, stop immediately because the process is finished. And you do not want to overmix or else your macarons won't be able to form feet. Once the macaron mixture is put into a piping bag or a Ziploc bag, go ahead and start piping small circles. What I did is I went ahead and took a template and stuck it right under some parchment paper. You gotta slam the trays after each time of piping. Otherwise, air bubbles will form and your macarons won't turn out the same. You can take a fork or a toothpick and go ahead and pop any visible air bubbles. Wait about 30 minutes or stick them in the fridge to speed it up. Now you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees as this recipe calls for. Your macarons should have formed a sort of skin upon them where you can rub your finger against it and also brush it across and it won't dent or move. Now go ahead and plop them into the oven. My oven's extra hot, so I did only 305 degrees according to the temperature. Do only 1 tray at a time, and bake for 10 minutes. To make the Nutella filling, I start off with taking 3 tablespoons of butter and sticking it into the microwave in a bowl. I do 30 seconds at a time, and after each time, I go ahead and mix it with a spoon. I then eyeball it. I add a few spoonfuls of Nutella, and go ahead and stick that into the microwave for about 15 seconds. I stir it and then add it in for another 15 seconds. At this point, I add in the butter. It should be super liquidy at first, but after mixing for a while, it'll all blend together. If it's super runny as shown, you can add a tiny bit more of Nutella. Just add another little spoonful in and go ahead and mix it in and plop it into the microwave real quick. I then take this Nutella mixture and go ahead and put it into a much smaller Ziploc baggie. I then plop this into the fridge to harden more. Oh yeah. Honey, these are perfect. Now you can take the macarons and let them sit for 10 minutes and then transfer them onto a cooling rack to completely cool. They should come off very easily. Now go ahead and grab your Nutella filling, and perfect. You can snip off the very tip to allow some of the filling to leave. Now you can go ahead and take one of your macarons and fill it. Oh yeah. And then go ahead and take that and take another half and put the top on, and now it is a perfect macaron with the most beautiful Nutella filling, and these tasted so good. Like, they were so beautiful. Thank you very much for making these ever so delectable macarons with me. They were absolutely delicious and we ate them the same exact day. I'd recommend waiting 24 hours because the macarons need a little time just to blossom and bloom and get that full flavor. The recipe for the chocolate macarons is right in the description below. Thanks for baking with me today, and I'll hopefully see you soon.